Go live. Hey everyone, welcome to a very special edition of the Citizens of Lorcana podcast. Or maybe I should say, welcome to the very first Citizens of Lorcana live cast. Today, we are joined by co host extraordinaire James Riley, and then the one, the only, the amazing guest co host Adara. Hey guys, how excited are we?
Oh
Uh,
man,
super excited, but also super nervous as this is being our first live stream, and hope it goes well. So, yeah, excited and nervous.
I'm super excited and I have full confidence in James as the live streaming extraordinaire expert. I have full confidence that everything will go perfectly because of the work he has put into it. So I have zero problems with that. But I did have a really cool story to tell you guys quickly. So we just had Halloween, right? And I'm in the northern United States. And we actually had snow on Halloween. Like it was actively like snowing and like blowing everywhere. I worked that morning and driving home, I like
All
almost
right,
couldn't
all
see
right,
the
Adara. I'm gonna have
road.
to stop you there. As exciting as snow on Halloween is, that's not why we're here for. James, how excited are you?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm super excited. But what is even more exciting is, as Adara mentioned, I have been doing the Comic Con blog live podcast every season for like 11 years. And this background behind me here has been here, I think, for at least 5 years. But I made a change. I added my Brave Little Taylor
All
D23
right, all right. I'm gonna have
right
to
here.
cut both of you guys off. No more tangents. We aren't going down any more rabbit holes. We are recording live after all. It's not like I can go back and edit this stuff out. We are here for one reason and one reason alone, and that is to reveal a brand new, never before seen Lorcana card.
Woo!
So without further ado, James, take it away.
All right. Okay. So here we go. Here is the card. Are we ready? There it is.
Ready.
Oh,
Woo!
Ah,
beautiful
sight.
rainbow.
It's Sir
Yeah.
Hiss, isn't it?
All right. So let's get going here. Time for the card reveal. And now let's go. Like, oh, hey. Okay. So this is a 4-cost uninkable.
Mm.
And as you can see, there is some blue in there, but we don't know what that actually means.
So it's
All right.
blue. I wonder if there's a flounder in there.
Maybe. Let's
Tiana
find
has a
out.
lot of blue and she's a steel card. So
We'll find out. Okay. Next. Aha. It's a rare. And the artist is Lisette Carrera. And it's card number 162. Adara, would you tell us a little bit about Lisette?
yeah, it's actually really cool. She's a new artist for set two, and we've seen two of her other cards so far. She did Mulan Reflecting that we saw a couple of days ago, and the Daisy Duck Secret Agent that we saw, which kind of gives off that I think it was Morgana vibes. Just really cool artwork that we've seen from her so far. So excited to see this card as well.
Yes. Beautiful art on both of those cards. Love them both. All right. So what do we have next? We have this is an action card in Sapphire.
Ooh.
Jared, are you happy that it's in Sapphire?
I'm very happy that it's in Sapphire. That's my go to color, and anything to help me win games, I love.
Okay. So next we have the flavor text. Down, down, down she went, floating in a swirl of ink. How curious. And I think that some people may be figuring out what this card is at this point. So let's move on. And here's the name of the card, Falling Down the Rabbit Hole. And I think that now everyone has figured out what card this is from. But are we sure? Because there are multiple rabbits in multiple different movies
I
in the
see it. I see
Disney
it in the
canon.
chat. They're all calling Alice.
All right. Well, they might be right. So let's find out. And what's
The
going on?
suspense.
There it is.
Ta-da!
It's Alice
Yes. This is our
falling down the
first
rabbit. Go ahead.
this is our first Alice in Wonderland card that actually has Alice on it. And it's
Yes.
our 10th Alice in Wonderland card in total.
Unless some random card that we don't remember and we looked them up and we didn't count right. There we only have 10 fingers, so
It's very possible.
it's very
We have
possible.
30 between us.
Yes. And now I'm sure you guys all want to know, what does this card do? Right? What does it do?
Does it
What
does
is
it have? Well, it has to. It's an action. Never mind.
it does something, right? You guys check this out. Okay, here we go. Each player chooses one of their characters and puts them into their inkwell face down and exerted. Now, is that crazy? Adara, let's talk about that.
Man, it's a super cool card ability. It reminds me a lot of Let It Go, but instead this is hitting both players. So you have to give up one of your characters to do it as well to their character. I love the fact that this can essentially let you get at least 2 ink in a single turn, which can be really helpful for that Sapphire ramping deck. So I'm really excited to see this as the ability of this action.
Yes, and there are obviously some really good uses for this, both for your own ramp, but also removal for your opponent. It is a multi-use card. It's like combining one jump ahead and Let It Go into one card, right? So you can do things. There's lots of things you can do with this. So if you're in a like straight ramp deck and you want to get ramp as much as you can play Mickey turn 3. And then on turn 4, you can sing one jump ahead and play this, and you can just be like ramping to who knows where. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of things people can do with this card. Now, uninkable means, of course, that there are some issues in deck building and trying to figure out if this is actually worth it. But I think removal is a pretty good thing, right? The removal aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I like about Sapphire is it does have that removal package. It has Hades, it has Let It Go, and now it has Falling Down the Rabbit Hole. But the thing that's awesome about this is it does allow you to ramp. And I really, really, really want the ramp package to be a thing. And we've seen a lot of cards for set 2 recently that help support this package. And we've also seen a lot of cards that have card draw. So like one of the things I've struggled with ramping is that you run out of cards pretty quickly. But now with Basil and then what was the one that was revealed just today?
Sisu?
Yeah, Sisu. Sorry, brain fart. So we're having all these cards that have card draw now. So that should help fuel the engine.
Yeah.
I like how this go ahead, James.
Oh no, you do.
Oh, I was just gonna say I also like how this can get around ward characters. So like if the ward character is like the only character on the board, or maybe it's the character that the opponent thinks is the best to put into their inkwell, this card technically works there because you are not the one choosing your opponent's character. They're the one choosing it, which means they can choose a ward character to place down into their inkwell. So it can kind of sneak its way around ward, which is pretty handy as well.
Yes. And you can try setting that up by clearing some of their other characters so they only have the one choice.
Exactly.
Which is another option is later in the game, if you happen to run into this. Yes, of course, you're going to be losing one of your characters, but what if it's right after someone played Be Prepared on you and they sung it so that they immediately played out another character? And now they only have one character on board. You can play this and just wipe out that character immediately. There's going to be a lot of situational uses for it, as people are mentioning in the chat. I just think that this is something that maybe can replace one or two of your one jump aheads, so you don't have to have too many extra uninkables if you're in the ramp package. And I think it's something that you can make use of, having other cards to put in the deck and using this instead as part of the ramp package.
Awesome. Any thoughts or comments from the chat before we close out here?
Yeah, let's see. Does anyone have any comments or ideas or questions?
Lots of people bringing up Cusco.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the Cusco. Cusco goes down the rabbit hole. But is he a llama when he goes down the rabbit hole? Is the question.
Yeah, where's Llama Cusco?
He's got to be here sometime.
Someday, somewhere, right?
And while we're waiting for some responses to come in, just wanted to take a moment to give a big thank you to Ravensburger and the Disney Lorcana team for allowing us to reveal this card. This has been a truly honor of our Lorcana experience, and just super grateful for that.
Yes, thank you so much, Team Lorcana, Ravensburger. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
See, is this playable if your characters, if you have no characters on board but your opponent does?
I think so. I mean, isn't it you don't have to fulfill like the Elsa if you don't have if the character's already exerted, you don't have to fulfill that portion of it to fulfill the second portion. So this is something that we may have to get a ruling on, but as far as I know, it isn't necessarily conditional on fulfilling every bit of it.
Yep, I would agree. It doesn't, as of right now, it very much seems like you could play this if you do not have a character on board, but your opponent does, or vice versa.
There you go. All right. And thank you all for joining us and watching us do this short little reveal. Hopefully we'll be doing some more lives in the future, right, Jared?
You've been trying to get me to do this from day one, so here we are.
That's right.
We should do it. We should do it again.
Because you guys can then hear us and all of the mistakes, which actually we don't make that. I mean, we don't make any mistakes, do we, Jared?
We're pretty good.
We never make mistakes. Come on. We record for an hour and we post an hour. That's the way it goes in the Citizens of Lorcana world. That's not how it goes. We record for like an hour and 2 or 3 minutes, and then we post an hour.
All right. Well, again, thank you everyone for coming out. This has been a blast. So hopefully we'll be able to do this again sometime.
Yes, appreciate it. And thank you all for joining us. And I guess we'll see you somewhere, right? Actually, you can listen to this again tomorrow morning along with the rest of our next podcast episode.
Now you're going on tangents again. It's time to end the stream. Adara, any parting words?
It was awesome to be here again with you guys, and I am with James. We should do more lives.
All right. Message received.
Hit that stop button. Let's see you guys later.